guys, how's it going? It's Nick here with One Last Cast Outdoors. Today I'm going to show you guys how to tie the San Diego jam knot. So this is a great knot. I use it for pretty much everything. It works for braid, it works for monofilament, fluorocarbon, whatever. And this one works great with really heavy line, like 80 pound, 100 pound fluoro for leader if you want to use that for muskie or something. And it also works with line as light as 4 pounds. So I'm going to show you guys with 3 different test lines here. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And yeah, leave a like if this helped you out. Thanks, guys. All right, guys. So I'm going to start off with some 8-pound braid here. So this is just going to be a good representation of how this works and looks with braid in general. You know, most people. For most setups, they're not going to be using super heavy braids, but regardless, most braids are thin. So this is just to kind of give you guys a quick visualization of how this works. So this is similar to a clinch knot, fisherman's knot, however you want to call it, but it's improved in my opinion. Those knots don't work too well when you have some heavy line. This one, in my opinion, it works so well. I have caught king salmon on this. I have caught some monstrous pike on this. So many different fish, some really powerful ones. So I would not worry about ever losing a fish as long as you tie this properly. So I'm going to use this weighted swivel, weighted inline swivel to show you guys kind of how I would tie this. So I'm going to start with my braid here and thread it through nice and easy. You want to pull out a decent little bit here, right? You don't want it to be too short of a tag end. Let me just adjust that real quick. All right, so you guys can see that nice green line. Very visible for videos like this. So I'm gonna just push my finger down to the bottom here. And what I'm gonna do, about an inch or so up, I'm gonna pinch it, okay? You can see I'm holding that nice and tight there. All I'm gonna do here, keep pinching it the whole time. And you're just gonna go ahead and wrap it around. So the amount of wraps here, that depends on the kind of line you're using. So for braid, especially thin braid, I like to go to like 7 to 10 wraps. You can kind of choose what feels right for you. I'm gonna do one more here. That's perfect. And make sure they don't overlap. You want them to all kind of go one by one, right? Otherwise, it's not gonna clinch right. So now when you're done, you're gonna you can see that loop left down there. You may have to like kind of fray it up, especially with braid. It could be a little bit more annoying with braid, but it's really not bad. So all we're gonna do is just pop it through this like that. We're gonna grab it and just tug it down. Make sure that these are all in line, neither one's overlapping. And once you have it there, all you want to do is just pop it through on the top loop, and then you tighten, cinch that down. You guys can see the knot there, and all you do is just let it slide down. With anything like fluorocarbon, or if you even have some heavier braid that doesn't like glide smooth like this, I would just lick it or get dip it in the water or something. That way there's no friction damaging your line. But this is X braid, by the way, made by Daiwa in Japan. Really good quality stuff. It's I usually use J braid, but this stuff, it's interesting. It feels almost the same as J braid, but I don't know if it has a coating or something. It's a little bit stiffer, but in a good way. So I might start switching all around to this. So I'm gonna go ahead and just trim that up. Got pliers here, so it may not be the cleanest. There we go, that's fine. All right, nice short tag in there. And with heavier lines, you want to always pull that tag in, but I'm going to show you guys nice and close here. See, nice simple knot. Very easy to tie. I can tie these in a matter of seconds. I do these all the time. Some people swear by Palomar, some people do clinch knot. There's all types of different knots out there, but frankly, if you want something that works with all types of line, this is it right here. And you never have to worry about this going loose, even on a huge fish. So yeah, and I think I'm honestly not sure the origin of the name, the San Diego jam, but I would imagine that the saltwater fishermen like to use this knot because it does work really well for heavy lines. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the same knot, but with let's see what I have here. I have some 20-pound Seagar salmon fluorocarbon leader. So I'm going to tie it up with this now so you guys can see with like a medium kind of thickness. And then after that, I have some 80-pound Daiwa J fluoro. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so same idea here. I got my 20-pound fluorocarbon. This is probably gonna be the same kind of thickness as 20-pound monofilament. So just to show you guys, it's the same idea. Now, I find it's a little bit easier with any nylon style line. Like when you're using braid, you saw it's a little bit difficult sometimes with the thin ones to get it through the loops, just because it's all slack. So I find, yeah, it's a little easier with these types of lines like fluoro and mono. So anyway, pop it through, leave a little bit of tag in there, and all we're gonna do, pinch it up high, just like that, nice and easy. Wrap it around. With this kind of with this power line, I like to go 5 to 7, give or take. So just like that. And now all you want to do, see, you can pop it through nice and easy, and pinch that end. Make sure you're always pulling it down so that those little wraps don't overlap on each other, because then it just, like I said, it's not going to tie right. Pop it through right here on the top, and all you gotta do is pinch it, tighten it. If this ever happens here, all you gotta do is pull that tag end. That will happen sometimes with the heavier ones. And I'm just gonna bite down on this and pull it. I'll show you guys that in a second. So this little tag end, I'm gonna bite down and I'm just gonna pull the main line. All right, and just like that, nice and easy. You can leave a little bit more tag end, but like I said, like if you tighten it down like that, you're really not gonna have to worry about losing it. But I do usually leave a little bit more tag end. It varies though. Sometimes if you're in a pinch, you know, sometimes you cut a little bit extra. But that's the knot right there. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the knot with some 80-pound line. Now with that 80-pound line, or really, I think anything over 50 personally, I would recommend having a pair of pliers to tighten that tag end. I will show you guys that in a second here. You can use your teeth or pliers, but you know, pliers are probably the better bet for the long term, right? Teeth are kind of expensive to care for, especially if you damage them, and that line can do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that now. Stay tuned. All right, guys, so now we got the heavy stuff here. This would be great for like a musky leader, or if you're saltwater fishing, right? You're gonna use some heavier stuff like this for some of the bigger game. So you can see, very stiff, very heavy line. This is where pliers, like I said, are needed. And I mean, I've gone on some saltwater charters before, and when they're tight, like this is not like something that's only for this knot. Any knot you do, they usually like have like a point on the boat. They hook up their lure to, and then they actually pull it with gloves on. So no matter what with heavy line, you gotta cinch it properly, and you're gonna usually need something pretty heavy duty. So that's to be expected. Leave a bit of extra tag in here. That will make it a lot easier in the long run. So you can see, I looped it over like normal, pinched it a little bit higher up there. If anything, I'm gonna pull a little bit more tag end. You wanna have as much as you can to pull and tighten this thing. So with this kind of line, I'm gonna go between 3 to 5. I'll try 5. So 1, nice and tightly. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Like so. We're gonna pop it through there and pull it down nice and tight, ensuring nothing's overlapping. You guys can see them if it focuses, right? No overlap. You're gonna pop it through that top one, and I'm gonna cinch it down. I'm gonna lick that really quick. That helps a lot when it comes to fluorocarbon, guys. Get that line wet, and I'm gonna cinch it. You can see it's starting to kind of take form. Now what I'm gonna do, because the tag end goes up there, obviously, we're gonna need to tighten that really good. And if you have gloves on, you can probably go ahead and do this, but I always grab pliers when it comes to this kind of line. Anything heavy, cinch down on that real good. You can even grab, see, I'm gonna wrap this around my hand here, but nice and tight. And just like that. Now I'm gonna cut the tag end off. That's some good abrasion resistance. I had to squeeze those pliers pretty good. So yeah, that's the knot right there. You can do that a little tighter if you want. Some people will even put like a little bead of super glue on it when it comes to this kind of really heavy stuff. But yeah, it does the job. It works. I've used this casting some really big musculars, and like, you know, sometimes even if you're pretty proficient with bait casters, you'll get the occasional backlash. And you know, using like 1 pound lures, I haven't lost them, so it works. It holds up. And that is also with my own FG knot, which you guys can check out the video right here. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Take care.